feels like the energy's scattered. It feels like there's a huge shift going on right now, collectively. Things look like they're all over the place. I hope everybody's doing good. Joe Sky back at it again with another energy update, Schumann update, and yeah, there is like a huge weather storm happening in the US, so I want to talk about this a little bit because, you know, it's pretty wild. So let's get into this. Hope everybody's doing good. Let's break in some stuff right now. Alright, so on the Schumann Resonance, we got not too much activity going on right now. It is January 23rd. I'm going to refresh. Integration energy as of right now. That's pretty much about it. Green energy, like pretty much just green, which is like, moderate, not too wild or anything. Integration energy. This previous spike, though, was pretty interesting. And I think if we break it down, it was a power 15. So that was kind of a nice push right there. And we take a look at the other numbers. We had a power 15, quality 18, and everything else looks pretty simple. Let's jump into space weather live. So the KP is over 4. We were in a G1 geomagnetic storm, by the way. Solar winds are moderately high. There's been quite a bit of density spikes up to 30, 40 PCM3. Um, but not too much going on. There's been so many C-class solar flares, and all of them literally are just stuck near 1. Like, this is so close. A 9.58, another 9, almost a 9, right? Like, so close to an M class. We don't have any new sunspots, but we do have a bunch of sunspot regions that are facing us. Right? I should say there's no new sunspot regions, but a lot facing us. To get an idea of what these sunspots are capable of. So 4341 still has a fair chance for an X class. A lot of these have small probabilities. I think there's one more that has a more than 1%, I think. Nope, never mind. But I'll tell you this, we're not out of the blue yet. There's still a chance that anything could happen. As you can see, we have a coronal hole. Is it not being shown? Is this map even working? I mean, there's clearly a coronal hole on the bottom right, so this is not working. There's no image on 193. There hasn't been for the last couple of days, I think. So, yeah, there's a big coronal hole in the bottom right. I don't think it's affecting us too much, but we still could be getting some plasma from that. We have a coronal hole that's already formed up. This one looks pretty big as well. It's forming up, and it'll probably be here in another 24, 48 hours. Probably by Saturday. It will be a trans-equatorial. This will be directly facing us. So, yeah, we have a lot of sunspot activity, like a lot of bright activity. That's usually sunspot regions, and I definitely think we're gonna have some more. Yeah, if you look at this, it's pretty crazy on the left side, especially, right? You can definitely tell that there's a lot of sunspot regions that are about to show up right now. In the next 24 to 72 hours, we're probably gonna have another group of sunspots. As you can see, super bright, so you know there's definitely something going on. When you have all those bright regions, those are sunspot activity. That's sunspot regions that are definitely going at it. You know, you could kind of see the release here. You can see, you know, massive plasma being pushed out. Other than that, of course, on the Italian Schumann resonance, we're scrolling down and we're seeing on the daily magnetic field a complete blackout. Just not much data being shown on the right image specifically. And we go through this, we have odd activity. Look at this. I have never seen the charts like this. Very odd. And there's a blackout on the magnetic field. And NATO's Italy. Of course, if you look at this, just incredibly odd activity. It's very much like instead of being a line, instead of being horizontal, vertical, or a spike, or just a pulsating of energy, you just kind of have like scattered red lines, which is just very odd. So, very odd there. We've been having that for quite some time, apparently, last 24 hours. So, very interesting energy here. Um, it's not a spike. It doesn't seem to be at as a hertz or a frequency. It's definitely, you know, just very odd patterns. Now for earthquakes, I think this is very interesting. We've been having a lot of earthquakes in America. Um, Specifically, we look at America itself right now, and I told you there was gonna be earthquakes everywhere, and that signal we got. Look at the largest one at 6.2 in Russia, and I know there's been some big earthquakes as well in the sixth level somewhere else. I think one was by Japan. Um, and in America, let's take a look at America right now. We got a 4.7 right by Evanston, Wyoming. So very interesting there. Um, California, had a 4.9 the other day, a few days ago. Then it got hit with a 4.3. And in Wyoming, there was a aftershock, a 3.0. I think. I'm trying to see. So it looks like the 3 point oh was an aftershock that happened after, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah. And there's been one in Louisiana, a couple in Texas, a pretty decent size. Okay, so this is Ferndale, California. Never mind. Um, yeah, not that same place though. So yeah, so overall, it doesn't look like Indio, California is quiet either. There's still some activity going on. So yeah, so things are definitely riling up right now with earthquakes in America. So very interesting. Hope everybody's good and doing safe, being safe. Um, Here's just something. This is on January 22nd. This is an image, a simple image. Um, these areas are about to get wrecked. So anywhere in the pinkish, darkish blue, we all have warnings. So as you can see, Ohio, Indiana, Michigan tends to have a bunch of them. Chicago has a lot of pink going on there, so it looks like a winter storm warning. I wonder if a lot of snow will go to Ohio in that area in the Great Lakes on the eastern side. Um, I'm curious if they're gonna get snow or if it's just a cold weather advisory. And obviously, all this Nashville. I'm sure New York is gonna get blasted. I'm sure they're all gonna get cooked. And this is probably like not updated. This is at 2 p.m. 22nd. It's the 23rd right now as I'm recording. So this is already outdated, but I'm assuming this is like what's going to be coming. You know what I mean? Because I'm going to assume these areas are all going to get bombarded. So definitely be safe and have some candles and whatnot and you know, definitely stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Just giving you guys this warning. I'm not a weather person. Just giving you guys a little warning. Just letting you guys know what's up. I'm so thankful and grateful for everyone who's been watching. We got a lot of streams coming. Maybe one tonight, but I know for a fact Saturday, Sunday, Monday, we got some good streams, and we're going to be really getting into it. Thank you all so much. I'll see you all next time.